Welcome back to the GSMC Golf Podcast presented by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your host, Garrison McDaniel. We're getting into the fourth segment of the night. Talking about Miles Russell. This guy's 15 years old. He's 5 years younger than me and I'm young. This is insane. There's a golfer 5 years younger than me playing on the PGA Tour. This is crazy. So he's at the Rocket Mortgage on via sponsor. He has won a couple of events this year. This guy's fun to watch. This guy's a great golfer. Miles Russell becomes one of the youngest players of all time. There has been, I believe, 10 golfers that have gotten their PGA Tour debut at 15 or younger, 2 of them being 14 years old. Miles Russell became the youngest golfer ever to make the cut on the Korn Ferry Tour. He finished in 20th place in that event, and then he makes his PGA Tour debut this week at the Rocket Mortgage Classic. Miles Russell is going to be a star on tour for a very long time. He was able to get 2 birdies today as well. Very impressive for Miles Russell. Looking at his profile, he has won a couple events this year, or I guess they were last year, but for this season he won the Junior PGA Championship last year. He's playing golf in the 15 to 18 amateur age group, and he's winning events. Won the PGA Championship. He won the Junior Players Championship. He got to meet Scottie Scheffler from doing so. Well, got to meet. Maybe Scottie Scheffler got to meet him. I don't know. This guy's a phenom, though. He's a fantastic golfer. Going to be good for the sport as well. At the Suncoast Classic in April of this year, finished tied for 20th. Finished 14 under. 14 under at 15 years old? Are you kidding me? 68, 66, 70, 66. He's been playing golf his entire life, right? Like you have to if you're gonna be that young doing that. That's impressive. But Miles Russell, can you bet on him? I'm actually curious now. I'm looking at DraftKings. There's no way you can bet on him, right? There's just simply no way you're allowed to bet on a 15-year-old. I mean, surely not. I mean. Yeah, you can't bet on him. Okay, the world is still okay. I was gonna be a little bit concerned if you were able to bet. I didn't even think to check that, but it just crossed my mind right now. That would be insane if you could bet on a 15-year-old to win a golf tournament. That would be some degenerate stuff right there. But Miles Russell, in his 2 Korn Ferry tournaments, playing very well. Like I mentioned, he's 15 years old doing stuff like this. His worst event this year was a tie for 54th at the TaylorMade Invitational. He is the number one. He's the number one in the AJGA rankings, which is from 15 to 18 years old. He's only played in 6 events and is number 1. Played in the Rolex Tournament of Champions, finished tied for 14th. Played in the Simplified Boys Championship at Carlton Woods, tied for 14th. Junior Invitational at Sage Valley, tied for 6th. And then the TaylorMade Invitational, tied for 54th, which was his worst event of the year. I mean, that's insane. Like truly, that's insane. He's 15 years old doing stuff like this. Yeah, he's going to be able to play on the tour pretty soon. He's going to get his tour card, I bet, very soon. He's one that is so much fun to look at. Looking at his scorecard from the day, he did finish 2 over. Oh no, he finished 2 over. He's 15 years old. That's insane. Truly, that's insane. So I was watching him tee off, right, on ESPN Plus. And I thought to myself, this guy's 15. There's no way that he can really drive the ball that far. 270, 260 is going to be his driver. His first shot of the day, he shot at 305 yards. And it looked pretty. I mean, he was trying to hit baby fades, baby cuts. Uh, this kid is next level. Like, truly, this kid's next level. There's two fantastic amateur or junior golfers. It's him and it's Charlie Woods, and these two kids are gonna be fun to watch. And I can call them kids. He had a 305-yard drive, his first shot in a PGA Tour event, and it was striped right down the fairway. It looked perfect, and it was perfect. But he was even par through, 14 holes, and then he ends up having a little bit of a blow up on the par 4 6th hole, which is the hardest hole on the golf course, so it's a little bit fair. Ends up getting his second shot into the rough, and then ends up chipping, kind of blades his chip, one of us, but ends up blading his chip over the green, goes into the rough, ends up getting on, and then 2-putting for a 6. So double bogey gets him to 2 over, and then goes birdie bogey to finish out his round. Kind of just, it was around the greens that he struggled with most, and you could kind of understand that the first time that he's really facing as difficult greens as these guys face pretty commonly on the PGA Tour. It makes sense for him to struggle around them. Once he gets those dialed in, however, this is going to be a fantastic. He's going to be a fantastic player. Truly, he is one of the best ball strikers I have seen at such a young age. He hits this ball pure, and it's like he was built in a lab to hit a golf ball. His swing is one of the prettiest ones that I've seen in my. I've been watching golf for 12 years now. It's a brilliant one. Like, truly, his shoulders have perfect rotation if you watch it, and that's something I really do watch for in a golf swing. As I, coaches always say that that's one of the more important factors into a golf swing. He has one of the more pretty, like, he rotates his shoulders really pretty, is able to get a lot on the ball, drives it 300 yards at 15 years old. I'm not jealous. I just started being able to drive the ball 270 yards, but whatever. I'm nowhere near his level, clearly. He's 5 years younger than me, and he can outdrive me by 30 yards. That's a little rough. But for Miles Russell, this kid's going to be something special. I'm excited to see how he plays. I saw something earlier today that said that there is a sign in the Detroit Golf Club that says no one under the age of 16 is allowed, or something like that. So he's 15. So there was a lot of joke articles saying, well, he's got to change in the parking lot, I guess. He's not even able to drive himself to the course. This is insane. But of course they gave him an exception. He's allowed to go into the locker room. He's allowed to play on the course. He's going to be a special talent. He's going to be one to look out for. Miles Russell, it was an unfortunate day for Thursday, but he can definitely make it back. He can make the cut here. So Miles Russell, one to watch for going forward. So that'll wrap it up for our fourth segment of the night. When I get back for my fifth and final segment of the night, we will be talking about my picks and predictions for the Rocket Mortgage.